Welcome back to Bear Tracks. I'm your host, Ainsley Scott, and as always, I'm joined by Wealthy Bear and Ghetto Bear.
Remember to follow our Instagram page at BHP_Bear_Tracks and subscribe to our YouTube channel at Bear Tracks Live. The YouTube link can be found in the bio of our Instagram page.
Please tell all your friends, family, teachers, strangers, and BHP haters to follow us as well.
Now let's get started with this week's episode. Wealthy Bear, tell us how our Lady Bears tennis team did this past week.
Our Lady Bears tennis team dominated Clinton in round 3 of 3A playoffs, winning 6-0. This earned them a spot in the Upper State Championship versus Daniel High School. On Monday afternoon, our Lady Bears traveled to Daniel to take on the Lions. It was a tough match, and unfortunately, our Bears lost a close one, 3-4. Maggie LeCroy and Jessica Callahan were selected to compete in the individual state tournament, which will take place next Monday and Tuesday. Maggie was also selected to compete in the North-South tournament. The following girls made all-region: Maggie LeCroy, Jessica Callahan, Natalie Brown, and Elizabeth Knight. Maggie was also named the Region Player of the Year. Congrats on a great season, ladies.
Our 3-time state champion cheer squad competed this past Saturday in the Lake Murray Invitational at Chapin High School. Our ladies nailed their performance and took home first place. Great job, ladies. Our Bears compete again this Saturday at the Debbie Rogers Cheer Classic at the Colonial Life Arena in Columbia. Come out and support these unforgettable ladies.
Our BHP cross-country team ran at the region championship at Southside High School last week. The Bears had 5 varsity runners earn all region: Dawson Knight, Gage Pruitt, Brooklyn Williamson, Betsy Doherty, and Savannah Pruitt. Brooklyn Williamson was also the region champ. Our cross-country team will compete at the state qualifier meet this Friday at Newberry. The top 8 teams will move to the state championship meet. Good luck, Bears.
Because this week was fall break, we don't have an interview, but we still did a punishment. This week's punishment, Jalea and I have to wear the bear costumes, which smell really bad. As we do each week, we end the episode with an update on BHP football. This past Friday night, the Bears defeated Renton to win the region championship. The Bears also finished the season 10-0.
The Bear offensive player of the game was Quez Henderson. Quez had 21 carries for 235 yards and 3 touchdowns.
The defensive player of the game was Amari Jackson. Amari had 48 tackle points, including 2 sacks and 1 interception turned for a touchdown. Just put pick 6!
The lineman of the game was Xavier Burns, and the special teams player of the game was Clay Alexander, who returned the punt for a touchdown.
This week, the playoffs begin, and the Bears are at home versus Emerald.
The Bears defeated Emerald earlier this year, 52-14.
We need everyone to come out to support the Bears. The theme for Friday is Red Out. Be there and be loud, Bear Nation. It's time for us to make our predictions for this week. But before we do that, let's revisit last week's predictions.
I finally won. I predicted 49 and the Bears scored 51.
1 point! I was over by 1 flipping point. I don't like this closest without going over rule.
I don't like losing 2 weeks in a row. It's gross. Anyways, Julia, how many points do you think the Bears will score this week?
I think the Bears will score 56. Ainsley, how many points do you think the Bears will score Friday?
I think the Bears will score 49. Meg?
I think the Bears will score 51.
I went the lowest.
The road to a state championship begins Friday night at home. We need all of Bear Nation to be there.
Every game from here on is important. Win in advance, lose, and the season is over.
Before we end this week's episode, make sure you check out our story on the Instagram page, BHP_Bear_Tracks. We need punishment ideas.
Thank you for watching this week's episode of Bear Tracks. And as always, how bad?
Real bad.